Hey there, it's Jody and Joanna from Inside Out Yoga again here. We're going to continue with the practice of grounding that we did yesterday. So you can add this on to what you did yesterday. So I'm going to have Joanna start out in table pose in all fours. And just beginning to move the spine. So you could cat and cow here, rounding the spine up towards the ceiling and down towards the floor. If it felt good to move side to side or circling through the hips, any of these are fine. Just get your spine moving here. And keeping the breath moving. So we'll be incorporating some of the movements that we did yesterday. So from here, I'm going to ask Joanna to come into stillness and cross the right ankle over the left ankle, sitting the hips back and threading the left arm under and through. Yes, so we're going to be working towards eagle arms today. And we'll be doing a lot of crisscrossing, which might help create some new neural pathways in the brain. So just breathing into it here. If crossing your ankles in this way doesn't feel good, then just don't cross the ankles. All right, so begin to bring yourself back up into table pose here. And we'll change the cross of the ankles left over right. This time we'll take the right arm under and through, threading the needle, hips go back. And there's Joanna's sweet, shining face. She's breathing mindfully in and out here. And I'm breathing in the background. And then coming back into all fours here. Nice. Once you're here, rolling the toes under, coming into downward facing dog, that inverted V shape. And just making a little bit of movement here. Waking up the back of the legs, the arms. Good. And then when you're ready to move to stillness, move to stillness. And Joanna, if you would, will you just kind of move the block out of the way so we can see your foot better? Good. Nice. All right, so from here, I'm going to ask you to bring your right big toe and second toe onto your left Achilles tendon. That's it, and just draw it down here. So again, we're working with this crisscrossing action throughout the practice. Good, and then we'll release this, letting that go, and then left onto right, reaching the heel down. And keeping the breath slow and smooth. Nice. From here, let the toes go. And on your next breath cycle, coming into table pose into all fours. Crossing your right knee behind your left knee, sitting your hips back for just a moment here. You can let the forehead come down or not. Yes, yeah. Either way is fine. Either way is fine. And then from here, we'll come back into all fours. Joanna says that feels good if you didn't hear her. So we're going to uncross and take the left knee outside the right, and then begin to sit the hips back. And you can broaden through the shins a little bit, take them out to the sides if you like. So this might feel nice on the outside of the legs, through the hips. Just finding your way into it, trying it on for size. And then let's make our way back into all fours here. From here, I'd like you to take your right leg straight back. And bring your right foot forward and through. And pressing down, we're going to reach the arms up, sweeping up here. Good, relaxing through your shoulders, your jaw, and your forehead. And then let your hands come down to frame your foot. Roll your back toes under and bring your left pinky toe outside of your right pinky toe. That's it. Good. Hinge forward here. The knees may need to bend a lot. And if the hands don't come to the floor, no worries. You can use your shin or the blocks. Good. From here, inhale, coming on up, all the way up. Let your arms come up. Let your left hand seal your right forearm. And we're going to lean over to the left here. Leaning over to the left, getting a side stretch. Good. Come on back through center. Unwind the legs. Find yourself in mountain pose. If you need to roll the shoulders, then rolling the shoulders. And then from here, we'll take the arms up over the head. Sweeping it up. Hinging forward, folding forward. And stepping back into downward facing dog. Good. Once you're here in down dog, then we'll come back forward into the table pose, into all fours. And this time we'll take the left leg straight back, hug it forward and through in between the hands. Sweeping the arms up, relaxing what you can relax here, but also being strong in the parts of the body that are touching the floor and the parts of the body that are lifting the spine. Releasing the hands down, rolling the back toes under. This time the right toes are going to come and step outside of the left toes. Hinging forward here. Knees might need to bend a lot. That's fine. Joanna's breathing mindfully. I can hear her from here. And then as you're ready, you'll come up, sweep the arms up. This time you'll let the right hand seal the left forearm and lean over to the right, opening up through the side body. And that hopefully feels really nice on the side body. Come back through into mountain pose, unwinding everything. Good. Wiggling out what needs wiggling out, letting the breath take the arms over the head. Soften the knees, hinge forward. And coming back into downward facing dog here. So this next part is completely optional. Coming forward into high plank, but you could always do low plank. And taking your right toes onto your left Achilles tendon here. Yes, that's it. Now you could be on your knees and skipping this part as well. Yeah. Either way, whatever feels good for your body today with your energy level. And then we'll let the foot go, let the knees go, come down slowly. And finding a gentle back bend, be it Sphinx pose or Cobra pose. Little squeeze on the back body to open up through the front body. If it feels good, to look out over one shoulder and then the other. Just waking up a little more here. When you're ready to let that go, we'll come back into all fours. Into down dog. And we're going to take the right leg straight back, take it back, and bring it forward and through in between your hands. We're coming into crescent lunge. See how Joanna just aided her foot with her hand? That's a wonderful option. Coming all the way up, sweep your arms up. Keep relaxing your shoulders, softening where you need to soften, and strengthening where you need to strengthen. From here, we're going to open right up into Warrior Two, so that back heel is going to dial down. The right arm will come forward. The left arm will come back. And you'll be gazing out over your front fingertips here. Good. From here, straightening through the front leg, dialing all your toes to point towards me. Bringing your hands onto your low back. And lifting your heart space here. Good. Coming over halfway, folding over halfway. And then coming over all the way, hinge forward, release your head, release your shoulders. Good. Any movement here, you could walk your hands forward or back. Try to distribute the weight evenly. Joanna's swaying a little bit side to side here, another nice option. And then from here, we're going to find ourselves in halfway lift. Begin to dial your front foot towards the front of your mat. Pick up your back heel so you're back in lunge here. Let your hands come to your heart center. And you might step your back foot in, you might not. We're moving into Warrior 3, balancing posture. Take your time getting there. Extend out through the crown. Nice, 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 nice. Extend through the foot. See how active her foot is? Back leg is just as strong as front. And now we're going to soften the standing leg. Let the back toes come down. Let your hands frame your foot. And bring your left toes to the outside of your right toes. Good. Hinging forward here. Sweep up. Sweep all the way up. And releasing right down through the center into mountain pose, unwinding everything. From here, we'll let the breath float the arms up over the head. Hinge forward with your breathing. Halfway lifting, long spine here. Folding back forward, we'll step into downward facing dog. This time we'll come forward, higher low plank here again. Left toes on right Achilles, unless you're dropping the knees. Yeah, either way. Strong and soft here all at the same time. And then releasing that left foot down. You could come down to hover or drop your knees. Once you're all the way down, finding your back bend, your front body stretch. Again, if it feels good to look from side to side, look from side to side. Good. We'll come back through center. Find yourself in downward facing dog. We'll take the left leg straight back. Bring it forward and bring it through for crescent lunge. Sweep the arms up. Relax where you can relax. Keep your breath moving and keep your eyes steady here. From here, we're opening up to Warrior 2. So the back heel is going to dial down, left arm forward, right arm back. You might need to change your positioning a little bit here. Notice how Joanna's arms are on the same plane here. You might check on that on yourself. If one arm's a little higher than the other, try to equalize here. And then from here, we'll straighten both of the legs. The toes are going to point towards the back of the room now. You can take your hands onto your low back. Draw your shoulder blades together. Lift your heart. And coming over halfway. And then all the way. Good. Hi. And making any movements here that feel good. So Joanna's been learning how to do Google School for her little kids this morning, so she's had a busy day, so just moving it out here. And then we'll stop in the center. Find that halfway lift. Dial your front toes towards the front of your mat. Your back heel will lift. Hands to heart center. And some of us might have to step that back foot in, and that's fine. We're coming into Warrior 3, so the torso comes forward, the leg comes up. Take your time. Slow is fast. Slow takes precision. And then we'll bend that standing leg. Let the back toes come down. Now the right, and the hands will frame the foot. The right toes are going to come outside of the left foot now. Good. Hinging forward here. When you feel ready to sweep up, sweep on up. Sweep the arms up. And undo the pose. Come into mountain pose. So we're going to add on here each side, and this will be the second segment from what we did yesterday. So when you're ready, take your arms up over your head. Big breath. Hinge forward here. Coming into flat back. And let's step right back into down dog here. Take your right leg up. Bring it forward and through. Good. Sweeping up. Sweep your arms up. Good. Let your arms come into cactus arms. Good. From here, bring your left elbow into your right elbow and then eagle arms here. And if it feels good to move the arms up and down a little bit here, that's an option. And then we're going to come into warrior two legs. Keep the arms as they are. Take your time here. Feel it out. So now the torso is facing more in my direction. The hips change a little bit in warrior two. And then we'll straighten that front leg, dial all of your toes towards me, lifting up your heart space here, and then hinging forward. Now, knowing that if having the arms in this shape is too much for you, you could just wrap your hands around yourself and give yourself a big old hug. Yes, both are perfect here. Good. Now the next part, it's a little tricky getting out of here. So bend your knees quite a bit to lift your torso. And then once we're all the way up here, we'll dial the front toes towards the front of the mat. Pick up the back heel. Good. We're coming into warrior three here. Hinge forward. Nice, nice. This takes precision. Attention, breath. Soften your back knee, let your back foot come down. Bring your left toes to the outside of your right toes here. You can come right up into standing here. So the knees may need to bend a little bit, and then we're going to focus on bending them even more and picking up the right heel. Yes, you can stay right here, or you might begin to snake the leg around. We're squeezing the inner thighs. We're squeezing the outer arms. Very nice. Now this next part is optional. I'm going to offer it to Joanna. If you'd like, you can begin to undo the legs and work towards warrior three with eagle arms. Good. Bend that standing knee. Let your back toes come down. Unwind your arms. Let your hands frame your foot. Good. So we'll step back into downward dog from here. Other side. So, yeah, if you need child's pose, if you need a little rest, take a few cycles of breath here to feel it out. Now we're going to take the left leg back and up. Bringing it forward and through for crescent lunge, sweeping the arms up. So trying this on for size, coming into cactus arms. And then bringing the right elbow on top of the left elbow. Now you could hug here if wrapping the arms is too much. That's it right there. Yeah, so either hug or eagle arms, either way. And then when you're ready, we're going to transition into warrior two. So that back heel is going to go down. Your hips will face your back wall. Front knees bending here. So here, think about space in between the shoulder blades, lots of space in the neck. Then we're going to straighten the front leg here. Dial the toes towards the back of the room. Lift your heart space. When you're ready, hinge forward, coming over halfway and then all the way. And keep letting your head go here. Try to feel the weight in your feet evenly as you can. And to come out of this, it's a little tricky. So bending the knees is really helpful. Bend the knees, let the hips go back. The torso comes up and forward here. Once you're up, your left toes will point towards the front of your mat. Your back heel lifts. Good. Coming here into Warrior 3. Hinging forward. The back leg is really strong. The standing leg is really strong. Everything is really strong. We'll bend the standing front leg to come back onto the toes, and then that right toes are going to come outside of the left toes. Knees can be bent here a little bit, and then we'll work on bending them more and picking up the left heel. And you can stay right there. That's work enough. Or crossing around, or if the ankle hooks. The inner thighs are squeezing, the outer calves are squeezing, the outer arms are squeezing. If you really want to challenge yourself, you could let your elbows come down towards your knees here. And then coming up, and the option to come back into that Warrior 3 with eagle arms. We've been there once. It might be a little easier this time, but this transition is not easy. It takes focus and attention. Joanna was like, not easy. Nice. And then when you are ready, stepping back and down, releasing your arms, letting your hands come to frame your foot, stepping back into down dog. So this is the second part. Joanna, if you want to come and rest in child's pose for a few minutes. Maybe you want to bring your palms together, thumbs up, pinkies down. Yeah, and let the thumbs come towards the back of the neck, since we've done a lot of arm work here. And you could come to Shavasana and rest here. Know that you can add this on to what we did yesterday. And I'm hoping that we'll get the next part to you very soon. Hope everyone is doing so well, and namaste.